Hello guys, and welcome to My Health is My Wealth with me, Wachera Gikonyo. This is Showtime TV. We are located right here in Nyeri County at Pumpkin House, 4th floor. If you want to check us out, please make sure that you have come here, you have subscribed, and also you also have a studio that we have which has the best photography ever. Now this is a show which we talk about health. We've covered various topics including HIV, we've covered cancer, we have covered the ARVs. So today we are going to discuss a topic which affects most children, and we are going to talk about autism. What is autism? So autism is AUTISM, and this is a condition that affects the nervous system of a child that oftenly interferes with their social life and communication. Now, autism oftenly happens in boys more than it happens in girls. Now, it doesn't mean that when you have a boy and you have a girl, maybe when a girl has it, or you know that, but mostly they'll say that boys are mostly affected than girls, and the symptoms normally start to inhibit themselves mostly from the age of 2 years. The symptoms that I'm going to talk about today don't necessarily mean that your child has autism, but you're going to talk about some abnormal behaviors that normally affect children who have autism. Now, my doctor was supposed to come today. We were supposed to discuss another topic, but I remember some time back, I met with a parent who told me to cover autism. I did my research earlier on, and I have my little notebook today, which you are going to allow me to use, and I'm hoping that the information that I'm going to give you today is going to be of help to you. And as I've said, that the symptoms of autism will be clearly shown when the child is 2 years. Sometimes the child will be born with some abnormal behavior, but they start exhibiting themselves at 1 year, but they fully start showing themselves by the age of 2. A child may be born normally, but then after 1 year, they start exhibiting the following symptoms that I'm going to talk about. Now, the symptoms that are common in a child who has autism include failing to respond to their name fast. For example, you can call a child's name so many times. Remember that a child's communication skills start to develop when they are around 2 years. So if you notice that your child has turned to 2 years or 2.5 years, and probably they've not started murmuring some words. But remember, again, every child grows differently. So between 2 to 3 years. So if you notice that your child has problems with communication, maybe they are not hearing you, or maybe you call them several times and they are not responding, they could be having, that could be one of the symptoms that you should watch out. Sometimes the child may also exhibit symptoms such as refusing to accept affection. Most children will want to be hugged, they want to be cuddled, but children with autism normally resist cuddling. Some will also have less eye contact. Eye contact is when you look at somebody directly when they're talking to you. So you have this child with autism may refuse to look directly into your eyes. And also the speech, you should also check out the speech. If a child is grown enough to be having the speech, and they probably are talking in a funny language, maybe for example they are not saying the words clearly, or they have a robot-like communication, that is a symptom that you should also check out for. Also, we have aggression, which is the most common symptom when it comes to autism. We don't forget that you also have the terrible two. The parents who have kids at home, we know that when kids are around 2 years, they start becoming rebellious. But in this case of a child who has autism, this child will be extremely violent. They don't want anything to do with anybody. They'll start throwing stuff. They'll even start doing flapping their hands, or even biting stuff, or even knocking, hitting their heads on the wall, which is very, very dangerous. So it is good to watch out for these symptoms. Now, Another one that you can have for a child with autism is sometimes they could be emotionless. You could tell them something that probably if a mother could tell a child something that they expect the child to behave in an emotional way, but this child seems to have no emotion. And also another symptom is when a child doesn't want to associate with others. They go to a corner somewhere, or they just don't want to play with other kids. But remember, I've said before that these symptoms don't necessarily mean that your child has autism. Now, what are some of the risk factors of autism? Autism normally occurs in children. I've said in boys, but I'm saying that the risk factors associated with autism, one includes genetics. If your family has a history of a child with autism, most likely you'll have a child. You'll have that child who has been born in that family might exhibit those symptoms, because probably there's a person, a child in the family who has exhibited such kind of symptoms. Also, we have premature birth. Normally between the less than 26 months. If a child is born between less than 26 months before the time they mature, they can also exhibit symptoms of autism. But it doesn't mean that when you have your child probably a premature birth, it means that your child is going to get autism. These are some of the risk factors that I'm talking about. And also, when you have a child when you are older. Now, I don't know which age one is supposed to have children, but I'm assuming it's above 35. Probably that could be a more riskier factor that could bring autism in children. Now, those people who are watching us live on Facebook, make sure that you have asked your questions, and also there on YouTube. Today we don't have a big session, but I just wanted you to be aware that there is a problem called autism. Autism affects children, and some of these factors that I've talked about are some of the risk factors that I have talked about. But it doesn't mean that when a child has this symptoms necessarily means that they have autism. It is good that when you have a child who's behaving in certain ways and in an abnormal way, some children could be born with less ability to learn, or some could also be born with an intelligent mind, but they're not able to apply the knowledge that they know in normal life conditions. So it is good that you consult your medic if you notice that your child is behaving in an abnormal way. And it is good that parents know that children grow differently, and you should not listen to people out there telling you, oh, this child has autism. But it's good that some of these symptoms that I've talked about, you go and consult, and also ask your medical practitioner how to control it. There is no specific cure for autism, but it can be controlled. And most kids the people who identify autism at an earlier age stand a better chance to control it. But if it is identified later, it could bring risk factors. Like, for example, that child could have an effect maybe in life. For example, in school, most of the symptoms that autistic children have are normally stereotyped. When I mean stereotyped, is that they are normally discriminated in an unfair way. So, for example, if a child is nagging, for example, the child is aggressive, these are some of the behaviors that people may misunderstand about your child, but they don't know exactly what a parent is going through. So it is good that you also let people around you know that my child has autism. So if they behave in a certain way, please understand them. And also, it is also good to also seek help in special schools. There are special schools. Here in Nyeri, we have a special school, including if you want to admit your school, there's a Swans Kindergarten, which is in Pembe Tatu. You can go visit Miss Wangoi. She's going to help you with your child. If, for example, your child has autism or exhibits symptoms of autism. And of course, there are other schools out there which you can use, which you can go and visit, and your child is going to be handled in the best care possible. We all love our children, so it is good that we take care of them. Whether they are born with autism or not, it is good that we check out for the symptoms or the conditions that could bring risks to our children. So well, that's it for today. My show was very, very short today, but I'm hoping that next time my doctor will be here soon, and in next episode you're going to have a dentist. So I will wish that on the YouTube channel and for the Facebook, you make sure that you comment below on what topics you want to talk about with the dentist. Is it cavity? Is it gingivitis? I don't know, that's how you call it, but whatever you want us to discuss about the dental health, even the dental formula for the child, or whatever you want to talk about your children, about teeth and everything. So next week we are hoping that you're going to have our dentist coming in. Make sure that you catch me on my YouTube channel too, at Wachera Gikonyo. Make sure you subscribe, because I have lots of videos there, and also make sure that you have subscribed to this channel. And I hope that the information that I've given you today will be of help to you. And remember that the information that I've given today is not a professional advice. It is research that I have done. So if you find that the symptoms have persisted, please seek medical advice. Stay safe. I will see you on the next episode of My Health is My Wealth. Thank you.